Thank you for joining the NACTA webinar series. Today, we are featuring Holland America with our special guest, Charles Dunwoody. He is the Senior Director of Sales for Holland America. My name is Lorene Romero. I will be your webinar moderator for today. If you would like to contact me during this webinar, please go to the side panel under chat and put in something like if you're having volume issues or you can't hear us, let me know. If you have questions that you would like to ask Charlie at the end during our Q&A session, please be sure to put them in the questions box and I will read them to him at the end. Little bit of housekeeping, just to remind everybody, you are on mute. That is to prevent any background sound. I will be recording the session and we will be posting it in the next couple of days on the NACTA YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to the NACTA channel, I encourage you to do so. After a couple of days, I will send a post-webinar message with the link to this webinar in it and also a way for you to subscribe to it. So for now, I am going to put myself on mute and I'm turning the reins over to Charlie. He is going to be talking about this beautiful new ship that you see in front of you. Can't wait to hear about it. Charlie, take it away. I'm going to put myself on mute.
Thank you, Lorraine. Appreciate having the opportunity to speak to your wonderful organization again. It's always a pleasure. So good afternoon, everyone. I want to bring to you our exciting brand new vessel, the MS Koningsdam. This webinar will last about 40 minutes or so. I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to play in here too. It was a real exciting day on the 20th of May in Rotterdam as the Koningsdam came up the Maas River, and we had thousands of people in Rotterdam lining the shores of the river as she took place at the quay next to the original Holland America Line headquarters building in 1873, and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands did the christening. It was quite a spectacular event, and I want to share with you some of the game-changing things that we have on board Koningsdam that will actually be put on the rest of the fleet. But this ship is, as I said, a game changer. It's spectacular. So we'll start off with a quick video. And I want to point out to you that these images in the video are computer generated, but as we go into the presentation, I actually have real photographs of the ship, so you can see how they compare. So let's take a look.
Welcome to a new era of Pinnacle Class cruising on Holland America Line. MS Koningsdam. Combining our rich heritage with forward-thinking design, inspired by the sensual lines and shapes of musical instruments. Entertainment on board Koningsdam takes the spotlight with Music Walk, featuring 3 exciting new stages, bringing guests unforgettable experiences. In an exclusive partnership with the world's leading Center for the Performing Arts, we proudly present Lincoln Center Stage, showcasing outstanding chamber music performances. Billboard Onboard is a high-energy experience featuring 50 years of chart-topping hits. B.B. King's Blues Club brings the best of Memphis music to see. And introducing World Stage, an extraordinary new theater featuring a 2-story, 270-degree high-definition LED screen. The evening's entertainment pairs perfectly with innovative dining and exceptional culinary experiences. A favorite on all our ships, the Culinary Arts Center has been reimagined. Guests enjoy demonstrations and hands-on cooking classes during the day. In the evening, this room showcases a new dinner concept based on the popular farm-to-table movement. At night, in the new 2-tiered Lido pool area, feature films are shown on an expansive outdoor movie screen with chairside service from Gelato, New York Deli and Pizza, or dive in for a gourmet burger. Unforgettable experiences await with cruises in Europe, and the Caribbean. Back on the ship, guests can unwind in the crow's nest, taking in panoramic ocean views, while kids of all ages enjoy their own special areas on board. New family staterooms offer welcoming, elegant accommodations for up to 5 guests. And beautifully appointed staterooms and suites have been designed in perfect Holland America Line style. MS Koningsdam, ushering in a majestic new era of cruising on Holland America Line. A new voyage begins, April 2016.
So as you can see, when that video was made, they said starting a new era in April. Well, the era is here, and the ship is doing fabulous, and I'm going to walk you through some of the new great things we have on board. As it says here, there's a new era for Holland America Line. We have a bold new story to tell. We've changed our logo, and we have a lot of new entertainment on board. But specifically on the Koningsdam, she is our largest ship, 2,650 guests, and in today's world, with 99,500 tons, still considered to be a mid-sized ship. Her name, Koningsdam, just for those who are wondering where we get our crazy names from. Koning in Dutch is king, and the Queen of the Netherlands, Queen Beatrix, stepped down a little while ago, and her son now has taken over as king, and so in honor of that, we named the ship Koningsdam. So it's a new classic elegance for Holland America Line, but it's made with a modern twist for the 21st century. We've had some great designers put the ship together. One of the famous one is Adam Tahani. He actually designed the new Seabourn ship that's coming out. So you'll see a lot of Adam Tahani's touches throughout the Koningsdam, and I'll show you that as we get into it. But the whole music theme is throughout the entire vessel. So the design inspiration for the interior was influenced by the construction and fluid curves of musical instruments, and that is by the designer of these areas, Adam Tahani. So we have a mix of the familiar, the things that our Holland America Line guests will be looking for, and also with the new, which is exciting. Our atrium is a 3-deck area that is spectacular to see. There's curated art there, high definition projections on the ceiling, so we have clouds going by. At nighttime we see stars, so it really is spectacular. So here's a shot of a computer-generated shot of the atrium. Now, where you see the white ceiling, during the day it looks like a blue sky and clouds be going by, and at night it turns into stars. Over on the opposite side of the chairs, on the other side of the atrium, that's actually our front desk. But here's a real look at the atrium now from another angle from the elevator bank, and you can see how the piece of art that's in the middle of the atrium looks like strings of an instrument, and off to the left is our Grand Dutch Cafe. Speaking of the Grand Dutch Cafe, this is a new meeting place that we have in our atrium area. It's great in the morning. You have pastries and coffees. Off to the side is a sitting area. So it's a great place to people watch and see people come and go to the front desk and getting on and off the ship. But don't want you to be confused. Now, this is not like the coffee shops in Amsterdam where they sell that wacky weed. We don't do that here. But this is a real Grand Dutch Cafe that will be staffed by Dutch nationals. It's a great area. So you've heard of our music walk. We're actually going to see real live pictures of the music walk. So there's 3 different areas: our Lincoln Center Stage, the B.B. King Blues Club, and Billboard Onboard. First, our Lincoln Center Stage. This is our new partnership with Lincoln Center in New York City, and they'll be sending us all the musicians that will play on Lincoln Center Stage. Not only will they play classical chamber music, but they'll also be crossover things like Coldplay. So it really is an upbeat area. And here's a shot of what the Lincoln Center Stage will look like. Not only will we have the strings, but we have accompaniment by the piano too. And in the back of this, if you're looking at the screen, behind your back is a bar there, so you can get refreshments, and there's service here too. So secondly is our Billboard Onboard, and this is our new partnership with Billboard magazine. So we are changing our piano bars to be a dueling piano situation, and they can only play songs that were hits on Billboard's top hit list for the last 50 years. So a lot of fun, a lot of participation, and here's an actual shot of what the dueling pianos would look like. As you can see in the back, there's a bar over there. There are video screens, so sometimes they do some trivia contests in there with the songs. You can see at the bar there's many beers on draft and a full stock bar too. So this is a real fun area, and it's actually adjacent to where Lincoln Center Stage is. Now we come to our B.B. King Blues Club, and this is housed in our Queen's Lounge, and this room is spectacular. We've had such great success with our partnership with the B.B. King Blues Club. It's a 7-piece band with trumpets and trombones and saxophones and guitar players and that are just unbelievable. Great Memphis sound. And here's the room that now B.B. King Blues Club will be held in. Huge dance floor, and that's the whole idea with our partnership with B.B. King Blues Club. You don't actually sit and watch. Here's to get up and dance. And I was on for the inaugural sailing, and the dance floor was packed every night, and it was just a lot of fun. You can see it's an elegant looking room, but yet it's kind of musical, as you can see on the dance floor. The swirls, it's supposed to be like a musical note. But this also has 2 decks, so you can actually be on the upper deck and still enjoy the music if you don't want to be dancing. So it is a spectacular room, and it's just something that is a lot of fun. So in the video you heard about our world stage. This is a spectacular room. It holds 660 guests. It's 2 stories, and you're almost surrounded by a high-definition LED screen. So you are in the middle of the show. So here's an actual shot of the show lounge, and the computer animated version of it was actually pretty good. So we had a show here where we had, the show was called Billboard, and it was some top hits from the decades, and at one point our lead singer was doing a Whitney Houston song, and on the screen from left to right we had Whitney Houston walk out. It was from one of her performances, and actually looked at our singer, and our singer looked at her, and they sang the song together, and you would think that she was in the room. So the amount of special effects we can now do in this show lounge is state-of-the-art and unique in the cruising world. So we're really, really excited about our world stage. Dining. It's a soaring experience on the Koningsdam, and we've actually taken some of the things that we've had before, made them better, and introduced some new things. One of the things that I'm really excited about is the change we've done to our Culinary Arts Center, which is presented by Food and Wine magazine. And as you know, that we have our Culinary Arts Centers on all our other ships, where you can take classes, and has demonstrations, but we took this to another level. We have the dramatic show kitchen, but we are immersing this restaurant into a farm-to-table dining experiences. So we actually have, we harvest ingredients on board the ship, herbs and spices. It's off on the side in this particular room under blue lights. We're actually growing fresh basil, fresh cilantro on board the ship. And there's a lot of interactive displays going on when you're there. So here's a look at the room. So you can take your cooking classes, but at night, this is open for dinner. And it's seating, there's 2 seatings, and it's $39. And as you walk in, you'll be greeted with a cocktail that's included in the $39 in a mason jar. The chef will then welcome you all, ask you to have a seat, and you'll have an assigned table. Then he will describe what he'll be making, and he'll be cooking this right in front of you. So wine is included, red and white, with the dinner. And during the meal, between courses, they encourage you to get up, walk around, intermingle with the other guests, or come over and look at the chef and watch how the guys that are preparing your plates, how they plate everything, how they put down the potato puree, and how they prepare each course. And it's a lot of fun. It's interactive, and the chefs are usually pretty gregarious. So it's a great, great experience. Our new restaurant we have is our new French brasserie called Sel de Mer, which means salt of the sea. This is an intimate little restaurant that holds 44 guests. We have some contemporary take on some French classics like bouillabaisse and things like that. We also have pommes frites and steak frites. For those who don't like fish, we have that available too. And it's a nice, intimate restaurant, as you can see here. Tables of 4, tables of 2, tables of 6. So this holds about 44 guests. So this is an a la carte type of a situation for the pricing. But it usually will stay, with everything included, somewhere around $39, that area. So it's not overly, I think it's very competitively priced compared to our competitors. Then, of course, Tamarind, which has been a very big success on the New Amsterdam and the Eurodam, will continue on board Koningsdam. Here we've sort of changed the room a little bit. We have what you're looking at in the back, the yellow area, it's a bar area, and we have an identical shot or identical type of a situation on the other side of the room with a bar, but that's a sushi bar. So you can actually go in there and sit down and just have sushi. Then, of course, you make your reservations for the regular Tamarind restaurant, and it's still a very competitively priced at $20. Canaletto, which is our Italian bistro, a very casual area up in the Lido. As you can see here, we've dressed it up a bit. This is an actual live shot of Canaletto, and this is $10. Very, very attractive pricing, and that comes with a cocktail as you sit down. So very competitively priced and a great, great Italian type of an experience. So here's the room that absolutely blew me away when I walked in. And this has Adam Tahani's design all over it. It's our main dining room. It's a 2-tiered dining room. It's light, it's bright, has contemporary lighting, new tableware. So take a look at this room. As you walk in, it is spectacular. And as you can see, in the middle of the room, there's a gold, underneath the chandelier, like a gold tower. That is actually a wine tower, and that is a touch of Adam Tahani. He loves showing wine towers. So the room itself is very bright, very spectacular. During the day for lunch, it's open, it's airy. At night, as it gets dark outside, its room turns elegant, and it's just such a spectacular room. It really, as I said, blew me away when I walked in. I saw it for the first time. And of course, our Pinnacle Grill, our hallmark of Holland America Line, still here, and very, very elegant, classic, with a contemporary twist for our Pinnacle Grill, our Pacific Northwest type steak and seafood. So again, very elegant and competitively priced at $29. As we take a look at the Lido experience, we wanted to really liven this up and make it more of a marketplace. So we did that. We made different stations, and they're themed specialty stations. So we have a lot of areas where you can grab something on the go, or you can have something made to order. So as you can see, we've got different areas over here. There is an omelet station in the morning. There is a deli, but also in the deli area, we have pre-made sandwiches that are already wrapped. So if you want to just grab a sandwich and go, you can do that. All the ingredients are listed there as far as what's in those sandwiches, or you can make something from scratch. Just tell us what you want, and we will make it for you. So the Lido area is very open, very airy, and because of the different sections and stations that we have, there really is no line or waiting for anything. So this works very well. This concept is actually being introduced on the rest of our fleet. So inspired new tastes. The menus that we have in the Dine As You Wish or in the fixed seating, we have that available. The award-winning service. There are 12 restaurants and cafes on board, and if that doesn't satisfy you, there's always 24-hour in-room dining that is complimentary. So I'm going to talk about some of the other things that we have on board as far as casual dining in a minute. So our culinary council, these folks, Rudy Soderman, who is our master chef, and actually he's won best master chef in the cruise industry for the last 4 years going. David Burke, Johnny Bohr, Mark Best, Jacques Torres, and Elizabeth Faulkner make our culinary council. These folks get together a couple times a year, review our menus. They have a recommended dish on our main dining every night. down to the degree where they take photographs of how a plate is supposed to be delivered to the guests. So these folks, we don't just have one special chef, we have a team, a council team that really has risen the dining experience on Holland America to be the best in the business. So here's the Lido pool concept. These are computer-generated images, but now I'm going to show you what they really look like. So we have our New York deli and pizza. This is on the second level of our two-tiered Lido pool area. And here you've got great New York deli pizza, and you also have New York deli sandwiches. So we have pastrami and things like that. In the morning, it's open for breakfast. You like lox and bagels and everything. Anything you get in New York, you get it here, except without the attitude. So it really is a great place. It's also open late. It's open till 1 o'clock in the morning. So if you have that late night munchy snack and you need a nice slice of pizza, they come up here and they make it individually to order. So the slices aren't laying around. When you order your pizza, they make it a la minute. So it takes a few minutes. You get a buzzer, you sit down, and your pizza comes out just the way you ordered it, piping hot. Then, of course, on the other side, we have our dive-in burgers. These are gourmet burgers that we make, and also gourmet hot dogs. This has been introduced in our fleet a few years ago. Been a huge success. And again, here, all of the burgers are made to order, a la minute, and so they're not sitting in a chafing dish. And you can order it a few different ways, and when your burger is ready, your buzzer will go off, and you go pick up your burger, and it really is a spectacular burger. Also in this two-deck area, if you had your meal and you feel like having dessert, there's gelato. So we have our new gelato bar. This is brand new for Holland America Line, so we're very excited about this, and again, it's proved to be a big success, a big hit on the cruises out there already. So let's talk about our staterooms a little bit on the Koningsdam. So all our staterooms have a lot of intelligent design, especially for comfort. We've got USB chargers in the room, so if you want to charge up your phone or your computer, you can have that. The bathroom have unbelievable finishes. There's a new shower set up for us in some of the rooms, and it is huge. And it has a nice step for people to put their foot on, or ladies if you're, shaving your legs and stuff like that. So that's all taken care of. So everything is, it really has, the water pressure is fabulous. There's a large interactive television that you can look on there to get dining reservations. You can watch hundreds and hundreds of movies. It's all complimentary, no pay-per-view. And there are signature touches in every single stateroom. So this is our Pinnacle suite. Beautiful room, separate kitchen area. Here's another view of the Pinnacle suite looking out on towards the deck. And then, of course, the Pinnacle suite out on deck has its own hot tub. So a spectacular stateroom. These are our Neptune suites. And these are the suites that you have access to the Neptune Lounge. Of course, you do with the Pinnacle, too. But you can see on the wall on the left, there is your large TV screen, bright, airy colors, and just a beautiful, beautiful room. All of our fleet are being redone right now. We're spending $300 million to upgrade all of the suites on our entire fleet to be exactly the same as these. So the bathroom area has a beautiful glass backsplash above the dual sink area, and it actually is beautiful. So here's a layout how the suite looks. As you can see out on deck, plenty of room out there. There's a couple of areas to sit down. There's a table and chairs. You can very easily host a cocktail party out there. In our suite, you get complimentary laundry, pressing, and dry cleaning. The sofa bed actually pulls out, so that's a double bed there, and a host of complimentary services with your suites. Our signature suite, which is just one step down, actually again very well appointed, great views, large balcony. And here's the new category here for this ship. It's our Vista suite. It basically is a veranda stateroom, but larger, and it has a separate seating area, as you can see. Right here where the couch is, so it's an expanded an expanded area. So this is a cabin in between our regular veranda and our signature suites, and this is a new level on the ship. So it's a great cabin. I sailed in one of these on the inaugural, and it really is very, very roomy. And then, of course, our veranda spa stateroom. And you can take a look at how the spacious stateroom has private veranda, in-room dining, floor-to-ceiling glass doors. So very, very nice and very easy access to the spa. And then our veranda stateroom, very similar. It just doesn't have some of the spa amenities, and it's not as close to the spa area. And basically, that's the same type of area. So we now have a family stateroom. So we have an ability to have 5 people in the stateroom. And if we take a look at the layout of the stateroom, you can see one area with a shower and a toilet, and the other one just a shower. So we do have 2 bathrooms. There's a bed that comes out of the ceiling, and then the couch. There are an area for a sofa to pull out. So this stateroom would be good for families. Then we have our regular ocean view rooms, and then we have our single staterooms. So this is something brand new that we haven't had for a while, and this is great for our solo travelers. So these rooms are flying off the shelf. They are outside staterooms. They're not inside, as you can see. So they have been proven to be very, very popular. So when you take a look at how the ship breaks down, there's 1 Pinnacle suite. There's 45 Neptune suites, 14 signature suites, 104 Vista, and so on. So you can see we got 32 family staterooms and 12 for the solo traveler. So we're trying to take care of all of our guests in the Koningsdam. So our enriching experiences, that will continue. So if you take a look at our onboard activities, as I mentioned before, we have the Culinary Arts Center presented by Food and Wine Magazine, our digital workshop powered by Windows, our Exploration Cafe powered by the New York Times, and our Greenhouse Spa and Salon, which has been a stalwart of the Holland America Line experience. So looking at the Greenhouse Spa and Salon, it's absolutely gorgeous on the ship. A lot of space dedicated to the spa. Here's our hydrotherapy pool. People love this. It's a beautiful room. As I said, people who are into spas really, really enjoy the experience on board Koningsdam. Very large fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment. And again, I don't go to this room too much on on my cruises. I'm too busy doing other things. Here's a new experience that is absolutely great. So we have a new relationship with Chateau Saint Michel. So in this particular room called Blend, as you can see, it's set up. As you walk in, you can have 10 or 12 people. You make reservations. And on the right-hand side, you see those barrels of wine. So there will be a sommelier in the room as your timing starts. And here you get to blend your own wine. So you have the barrels of the different types of wines from Chateau Saint Michel. And then you can start a little bit of Cab, a little bit of Syrah, and you make your own blend. And it's a lot of fun. It's an interactive thing. And then when you get to the actual blend that you like, you then mark down the formula, you create your own label, we keep a record of it, and then we will blend your wine for you, and we deliver that wine to you in the restaurant, and we can continuously make more of that formula if you like during the cruise. So a real fun, interactive experience, and for people who love wine, they will absolutely love this. So here's a real shot of the Lido pool area, and one thing I love about Koningsdam is that we've gone back to a lot of our Dutch touches. So you'll notice that we have new uniforms. Actually, throughout the entire fleet, we have new uniforms with a touch of orange. The Dutch orange will be shown in the lapel and things like that. And when we set this pool area up, you can see the colors of the towels. You have that teal type, that lime green, and then the Dutch orange. And it follows that pattern throughout. And it really is uplifting in the colors. And you can see there is the large screen TV. So at night we actually play movies out here, and we have popcorn delivered, And in that whole area is where you've got the pizza, you've got your burgers, you've got the gelato. So all this is going on at night. So for those who like first-run movies like Star Wars and Creed and things like that, this will be shown in the evening. Another classic of Holland America Line is our crow's nest. And, of course, the crow's nest on board Koningsdam is beautiful. Another new bar that we have, this is in between the Lincoln Center Stage and the B.B. King Blues Club and the Billboard Onboard, is our Notes. And this is a whiskey tasting bar. So for those who are into trying different whiskeys, this would be an area for them. We have to take care of our younger cruisers too, so of course we've got a lot of space dedicated to our Club Hal, and also our teenagers come up to the loft. They don't actually talk to each other, they just sit there and they text each other even though they're right across the room, but that's the way teenagers are nowadays. So a lot of great unforgettable experiences. The Koningsdam will start its inaugural season in Europe. She did the Mediterranean. She has now transitioned to Northern Europe, doing cruises up into Norway and the Baltics. And then after she finishes her European season in November on the 9th, she actually comes over to the Caribbean, and she will start a series of 7 to 11-day Caribbean itineraries. She'll be home ported in Fort Lauderdale, and she'll be there through March of 2017, where she'll then return to over to Europe for her season, and that's going to be the rotation of the ship. We're very excited to announce that we have Koningsdam 2. So in 2018, we will take delivery of another ship, her sister ship, and we have a name for her. We actually named her at the christening of the Koningsdam. And as you know, the Statendam and the Rheindamm went away a year ago. So we like to keep using classic names of our vessels. So we're going to reintroduce the new ship as the new Statendam, like the New Amsterdam. Our next new ship will be the new Statendam. So there's a lot of things happening at Holland America Line. It's an exciting time, and you know what? We've got people talking. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the show. So if there are any questions, I open for them now.
Excellent. And I'm waiting for popcorn and everything because this is a great presentation, Charlie. You and I have done many together, and this ship's absolutely gorgeous.
It's a game changer.
People were posting in the background that it's beautiful, that the design is amazing, the colors are great. Yeah, you're right. Game changer is a good way of putting it. Someone asked if there was a way to send a link to the presentation so that they can send to their clients. Do you have a link you could maybe give me and I can put it in the after notes?
Well,
or can they get it online somewhere?
We have it already online on our website. There's a lot of information there, but let me look into where people can view these videos. And I know they're on YouTube also, so I'll have to investigate that and get back to you on that.
Okay, and what I can do is I can put it in the post message that I will send out in the next day or two.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's see. Next question. Will there be an alternative rate for the culinary dinners if people do not drink alcohol?
The only dining experience that includes alcohol is the Culinary Arts Center. And I have not seen a price that did not include the wine, so that's a great question. And I don't know the answer to that at this point. So I'll have to find that out. That's a great question. I never thought of that.
Okay.
But that's the only dining venue that includes alcohol.
Okay, and that question honestly was from me, and it was because she said it includes wine with it, and I don't drink. So it's a wonderful experience, but I would have to give that portion away, so I thought I'd ask. Never hurts to ask.
You and I have to go to that dinner because I'll drink your wine.
There you go. That sounds like call it a date.
Yes, okay.
The Grand Dutch Coffee Bar looked wonderful. Is that part of the ship, or is that like an additional service?
So,
like food?
yeah, it's part of the ship. So there's a couple of things. All the pastries and the sandwiches and things like that, those are complimentary. If you have, some draft beer, of course, you would pay for that. And any type of specialty coffee, you would pay a nominal fee for that. But all of the pastries and the sandwiches and things like that, those are all complimentary.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. How many guests does the dining room hold?
The main restaurant actually will hold quite the entire ship. So we still do offer the as you wish dining, which means you can go in anytime from 5:30 till 9:30 and dine wherever you want and with whom you want. There's also the option to do the fixed seating, which is at 6 and at 8. So the dining room does turn over. So with all the different venues that we have on board, we have plenty of room for everyone on board, and it really is never a line anywhere.
Perfect. One agent asked, and I will ask everybody to close your eyes for a moment, because if he can do this, he's going to flip to another screen. Towards the end of the presentation, just before the last video, you showed a time frame. They said the Caribbean and all different things. They were wanting to be able to get a screenshot of the different dates.
Okay. Let's do this. Takes a few minutes to load here.
Do you want me to ask the next question while it's up? There you go.
So this is when she comes to the Caribbean.
Okay. Perfect. I just told the person I'd have you bring it up so they can take a screenshot. Next question. What is the demographic to market this product, and are there any multi-generational interests?
Yes. The demographic a lot of time depends upon the type of itinerary. So we have the facilities for great multi-generational experiences. So as you can see, we have the Club Hal for the kids, we have Loft for the teenagers, we have all the different dining venues, we have great entertainment. So the type of offering we have does appeal to everyone. Now, as far as the demographics, our guest tends to be what we call globe-trotting learners. And those are people that are interested in going to see destinations. They want to be very active and engaged. They want fine dining, and they want to come away enriched. So that's why we have the itineraries we do, 7 continents, 7 seas. But if you look at our Alaska product, it's in the summertime, lots of families. We usually average about 250 kids on board the cruises to Alaska because that's a great destination for families to travel. The longer the itinerary, the demographic changes a little bit. So, for example, on our World Cruise, the demographics are going to be people that have that time off, that have the money to do that, usually retired. Our 7-day Caribbean, the average age is probably about 55. So it's a mindset. It's not really an age. So it's just those people who like this type of experience, that likes fine dining and goes to great destinations with excellent service. It's for us. When you look at our average age actually throughout the entire fleet is about 59 or 60. We're very similar to what Celebrity and Princess has. So again, it's all the mindset and the type of itinerary. But we do have the capabilities to have great experiences for families. I know my kids who are now in their 20s, and I have one teenager left. They've grown up on Holland America Line and absolutely love it.
And they're wonderful. I have brought a whole different multi-generational families. For example, on an Alaskan cruise out of Seattle, they loved it. Just absolutely loved the service, loved the cooking classes. It allowed everybody to get involved. So, next question. You referenced single staterooms. Are these single supplement in a special rate, or are they just smaller rooms?
No, they're designed to be a room for a single guest. So there's no single supplement. Here's what it looks like. It's a little bit of a smaller room, and it's designed for a single. So and it's priced accordingly for a single.
Perfect. Which is great. It's good to hear that more and more cruise ships. So thank you, Holland America, for advanced thinking. A lot of people like to travel solo. I have a gentleman that I send. He doesn't want to have a roommate. He's like, I travel alone. So this really helps those people who prefer not to have to travel with other people.
Sure. And the other great thing is that on other ships that do offer solo cabins, most of the time they're inside cabins. Here we have a nice ocean view with a nice big picture window, so that's a plus.
I'm trying to read Larry's question, so I'm going to read it, but understand I'm reading and trying to talk at the same time. Sometimes they don't work. His question is, was the new ship near the Rotterdam, which is now a hotel there, maybe they saluted the ship with a horn blast?
Yes, I know what you're saying. The pier in Rotterdam is right across the street from the now New York Hotel. And the New York Hotel was the original headquarters of Holland America Line. Matter of fact, it still says on the rooftop in gold letters, Holland America Line. And the hotel is like a museum to Holland America Line. Matter of fact, the boardroom is still the same. It has the same crescenda with all the artifacts in there, and it's a very historic hotel. And yes, as the ship went down the Maas River, a little further down, there is the old SS Rotterdam built in 1959. She is now a hotel, and she now sits there permanently, just like the Queen Mary does out in California. And as the ship passed, they both were just blowing their whistles at each other back and forth. I mean, it was a spectacular event. It was really cool.
That's awesome. Do you happen to know what the percentage of accessible staterooms is?
Off the top of my head, I'm not going to make it up. I don't know the percentage, but we have quite a few. So we are very adept at taking care of folks that have special needs.
Perfect. I have two more questions and then we're done. If the main show lounge only holds 650 people, do they need to get a ticket or a reservation?
No, we have not run into that situation since we do run a couple of shows a night. So we have a first seating and second seating type of a show. So we've been able to handle everyone like that. And we actually did a lot of research on how many people attend the shows from the other vessels. So we had the seating done accordingly. So that gave us more room to have wider areas for other people who would be interested in the casino or interested in the B.B. King Blues Club. So far we've been operating the ship and it's worked perfectly. So we have not had any issues. So I guess the research worked.
There you go. When people do their homework, it actually turns out beneficial, right?
You know, after being out there for 143 years, you better think we get things right.
And the last question I have is, Colleen asked, are there balcony singles?
No, there are not. All the single staterooms are ocean view.
Okay, right. That works. I want to remind everybody to mark your calendars for the 2016 NACTA conference. It's going to be held in Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be from November 3rd through November 9th. 3 nights are going to be at the Westin Fort Lauderdale Hotel, and then 3 nights on the Celebrity Infinity to the Bahamas. So I want to let everybody know about that. I know it sounds like it's so far away. It's in November. Somehow, you know, we're almost at mid-June already. I don't know how that happened. And Charlie and I were talking about, you know, like 4th of July weekend and Labor Day weekend are a blink away, right?
Right. And I just also want to remind everybody that the Koningsdam's first sailing out of Fort Lauderdale is on November 9th, and it's a 4-day cruise. So, after your conference, there's another.
Right. You could. You know what? That actually would be perfect, right? You just get off the Infinity and you just go over, and you'll be on a new ship. It's beautiful. You'll be able to see everything. There you go. What a great experience.
Get off the Infinity. Get on a real ship. I'm not just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I'm just kidding. It's a great ship.
And also, it's a save the date. NACTA has their 2017 conference lined up already. It is going to be in Anchorage, Alaska. It is going to be hosted at the Captain Cook Hotel. And the dates for this, save the date. We're planning way ahead, which is awesome. It's September 13th through 16th, 2017. And Charlie, did you say you're kind of working on possibly having some things available?
Yeah, we're actually looking at pre or post cruise, some special pricing for NACTA members. So after the conference, if you don't want to fly all the way back down to Seattle or Vancouver, you can hop on the ship and take a nice 7-day cruise back to the lower 48.
Someone had a good suggestion. I like this idea. I'd take advantage of it too. If you know, Charlie, I know you can work your magic because I've known you for a long time. Someone just put out there, it'd be wonderful, or it could be a site inspection on that ship for NACTA after our conference. Just saying, just putting it out there, since you know we'll be getting off one ship and your ship will be in dock. You know, just throwing that out there, planting a seed.
So let me address that, because I did look at that, and this is actually arrival for the first time of Koningsdam into the United States. So she has to go through Coast Guard inspection, and that morning, which we would not normally do a nice ship tour, the Coast Guard's got the ship and it's got to be cleared to sail out of U.S. water. So the first time a brand new ship comes in, there's a lot of technical things that has to be approved and all that stuff. So I did look at it, but unfortunately, U.S. Coast Guard law is trumping us here.
I hate when they do that. Well, those are all the questions, Charlie. I know that you and I have another date. People have their calendars out since we're on a roll here about putting things in your calendar. Charlie will be doing another presentation for NACTA on Tuesday, September 27th. I hope everybody can sign up. We're going to be sending out the invites shortly. So any last information you'd like to say, Charlie, before we head off the line?
Well, I just want to say thank you to Lorraine Yu for setting this up, and Ann Van Leeuwen and Bob for doing such a great job with NACTA. And more importantly, I want to thank all of our travel partners for all your support. We really do appreciate everything you do for us, because without you, we wouldn't be around for 143 years. So a big thank you for all of your support to all of our travel partners.
Thank you, Charlie. And I can say, as an agent and also as a webinar moderator, you've been wonderful to work with. I always enjoy seeing you at our conferences, too, because you're really funny. You always try to play the straight man. You're actually really funny.
Well, likewise.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend. Thank you again, Charlie. And this will be posted on the NACTA YouTube site within the next 24 hours. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.